The JNB Hive presents hashtag Inside Job, pro tips to get you going. Yes, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay. You?
I'm awesome. I'd just like you to introduce yourself and then what you do.
Well, my name is Mpumelelo Zulu. I'm a coffee guy. I call myself a coffee guy. I'm a barista qualified, and I have a brand called Caffeinated.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, what I just want you to elaborate on is actually number one. The Hive is a space where young creatives want to establish themselves via entrepreneurship, right? So I just want you to maybe clear it out for them. What does entrepreneurship mean? So what is your definition of entrepreneurship?
Well, it's a broad definition that you can come up with, but basically, entrepreneurship means, for me, as a person who wants to make a difference by creating opportunities, creating jobs, and by bringing maybe a product or service that is not out there, or if it's out there, to improve on it. So it's somebody who doesn't want to just sit and go with the status quo, just somebody who wants to make a bit of a difference and change with what they need to bring onto the market.
And so what attracted you to entrepreneurship?
I think the need for independence with regards to financial freedom, having to work 9 to 5, it's not a bad thing, but it's not for everyone as well, as much as entrepreneurship is not for everybody. For me, my attraction was I needed to do something, and I wanted financial freedom to decide at any given time to do what I needed to do, how I like my time, how to control it. So my biggest thing was making that cash. Yeah.
Okay, so your brand is established, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's still young. It's less than a year old. We re-established Caffeinated from July, so we're still trying to get into to make it one of the household names. It's picking up, so hopefully soon it'll be in everybody's mouth.
Okay,
yeah.
So from that, I want your opinion on what distinguishes well between a startup and an established brand.
I think with startup, it's a phase that you go through from when you start the business to when the business has reached initial maturity, which will probably be the first 1,000 days according to the norm. For other guys, it could be different. Your first year, you could be considered a startup, and in your second year, your growth phase, you will now starting to establish yourself. Third year, you should be an established brand, depending on how you've been consistent and your growth pattern as well.
Thank you. So, like I said, Uti, the Hive is about creatives, right? Trying to make a name for themselves in the entrepreneurship game. But I want to know, like their creative side, what key role does it play in their businesses being successful?
I mean, creativity in business, like entrepreneurship with regards to creativity, it's multifaceted. You can have your artists, singers, you can have your the guys who draw, you can have us in the coffee industry. We provide a service to the creative industry by, most of the guys, designers and guys within the industry, they come and relax at coffee shops. Now we need to have a creative, create a space that is creative enough for the guys to get inspired, to work better from. And we also are crafters, so we craft our drinks. Most of our drinks are handmade, and it's not really automated like those big machines. So we also have a creative input into making our products. So the space allows creativity to just grow. You have a blank canvas, all they just use is paint your story.
So you talked about growing your brand, and in this space there's different businesses that come in and out, and people talking and making connections and end up collaborating. So I want to know, Uguti, what is the sustaining part of it for your brand? More collaborator with another,
I think with collaborations, which is our favorite thing, is you get to reach out to the other brands' customer base. So let's say I have 100 customers that I usually interact with, and I collaborate with another brand who's got 200 customers. I have an opportunity to now to expose my brand to like 300 of the customers, including my 100 and the other people's 200. And they also get to benefit from having access to my customer base, because my brand will also be attached to that. So it helps with both entrepreneurs, if we collaborate, to increase the reach we can have. I mean, if it's one person, with my 100 customers, I could take longer to get to the 300. But with the collaboration, I can get to 300 with just working with somebody. Yeah.
So, I researched you just a bit though, and I saw that you are Ngondebal of some sort. And I just wanted to know, Uguti, what knowledge have you acquired, and how has it helped you in what you do?
I think the biggest lessons I've got from my experience as an entrepreneur has been understanding your failure. You know, understanding when you've done something wrong and it didn't work out, what lessons can you pick up from that to improve on your next effort? I'm not a big fan of people who say give up. I'd say rather re-strategize and refocus what you needed to do, improve it for the next one. So if, for instance, you fail in your first attempt, your 10th or 11th attempt could be where you need to be breaking. But if you had lost it and your second attempt doesn't even happen, chances are you wouldn't have known how great you could have been or how better. So experience has taught us that don't give up, just learn from the failures that you go through. They're not supposed to be an impediment. You're supposed to be learning from that just to move forward. Yeah.
And in your experience of business, can you confidently say, Oguti, you know everything there is to know about business? And if so, why? If not, why still?
Yeah, but you cannot confidently say that I know it all. Nobody should. It brings a level of cockiness if you do that, and you will be, you'll overlook things that will help you. So rather have a humble approach and say, I want to learn. So with a learning approach, even if, I don't know, I've been in business for years and my learning has never stopped. I learn things that help me to get to the next level. I learn things that help, from like I could have learned previously. So then I'd be like, you know what, let me pick this, make a nice little learning course for myself. We call it a street MBA, and then just take it forward, don't stop learning.
Yeah.
You cannot stop learning.
Yeah.
Don't stop interacting with other people. That helps as well, because then your learning phase continues. And the only way you could be successful is if you eventually admit, you know what, I'm a student for life in business.